11 minutes and 20 seconds. That's what we get. Roughly 11 minutes and 20 seconds in an over 20-hour story to decide whether or not a character is merely a conduit for new information, leading to the ultimate goal of revenge, or a role that forwards the plot and adds yet another layer. Maybe this character means nothing to you, as she initially did for me, but I'd like to look at how she could possibly mean more. Nora is polarizing for me. What I mean by this is I can't recall a character in a game that I've had such a difference in viewpoint from the beginning of the story to when the credits rolled. It made me ask myself some questions. Can a character with so little screen time actually propel a story, or do they merely act as a stepping stone? Does she solely serve as an intelligence source to the objective, or is she symbolic to the start of Ellie's journey? Her emotional journey where she finally begins to understand the spiritual cost of what she's so determined to accomplish. I personally went from wanting this person dead 10 times over, that no act of violence would be enough to repay the debt she has accrued, to wondering how I could get myself out of this situation. I wanted to press square, but there was something inside me that didn't. I mean, how could she be accomplice in the acts of murder and torture and the death of Joel? How dare she take part in such acts, and what kind of vile person does this? Yet somehow I related with this character, even more so once we learned that there's no escaping this choice. Her death is meant to be profound. Enter Lake Hill Hospital. In the depths of Seattle Ground Zero, Nora admitting defeat amongst the crimson red hue of emergency lighting, her lungs filled with spores, and each breath more agonizing than the last. Yet she holds on and she continues to fight. She not only questions her attacker and attempts to reason with her as to why they made the choices they did in Jackson, and she uses her final moments to resist her. Even though she knew her time was up, and that by giving her what she wanted might end the pain a little sooner. She eventually succumbs to this pressure, and gives Ellie what she came for, and we don't exactly know how that happened. I'm personally relieved that we didn't bear witness to those final moments. What we do know is the cost, both emotionally and mentally, to Ellie. She acquired what she wanted, which was the location of Abby, but the toll it takes on Ellie's psyche is substantial. This to me isn't just another cutscene. This is an in-depth view of grief, pain, and sadness, self-inflicted loss, and the comforting touches and words of a loved one in order to process what's been given away. And I believe this is where we start to see a change in Ellie, where she finally starts to question her motives. She does continue on the path and kills many more on her journey, but that few moments in the hospital basement is telling. Perhaps Ellie saw something of herself in Nora, her being a strong and capable woman, a medical professional, and a soldier at that. She wasn't just some random passerby soldier we execute in order to further the game and move on to the next area. She was an important figure to both her organization and the story itself, an asset to Isaac, and even more so her friends, and I feel she was constructed the way she was to add gravity. Without Nora, I believe we would have witnessed a very different Ellie when the credits rolled.